Foremost Clean Energy is an emerging North American uranium and lithium exploration company, and it is traded here at the NASDAQ under the ticker symbol FMST. And with me is Jason Barnard, the CEO. Welcome.
Thanks, Jane. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, great to have you here. So, congratulations, by the way, on the recently announced partnership with Dennison Mines. That adds a portfolio of promising uranium products to your portfolio. How does uranium tie in with the lithium business that you're currently doing?
Well, good question, Jane. Uranium is to nuclear
Mhm,
power as
mhm,
lithium is to electric vehicles, and it's all about the energy, clean energy transition. So we're in the clean energy business, and we will be focusing on our uranium assets going forward. We're not going to forget about our lithium assets. We have lithium reserves, but there's been a sort of a nuclear renaissance, if you will, as even big tech buys into future electricity that will come from emissions-free nuclear power.
mhm.
So there's a supply deficit in uranium, and we are hitting the ground running with a very large transaction with Dennison Mines, who's backing us financially, technically, and we're becoming their exploration arm, if you will, and developing in a hotbed for uranium in the
Mhm.
Athabasca Basin, amazing properties going forward. And so it ties in nicely with lithium insofar as it's all about the strive for net zero emissions free energy. And it just so happens uranium pound for pound or nuclear power pound for pound is the best emissions free energy on the face of this earth.
Now, it's been fascinating to watch the tech companies get into nuclear this year. And I think it's been one of the big surprise stories of the year is just how much, I mean, some of these nuclear companies have done better than NVIDIA this year. So it's been fascinating. Yeah.
Yes, it all started in September. Microsoft doing about, well, long term, about a $6 billion power purchasing agreement insofar as putting Three Mile Island back into production over time here and buying that electricity at twice the going rate. So you can see where big tech feels the electricity demand and price is heading, and it's all to power those energy hungry artificial intelligence and data centers that'll come along with it. So yes, big tech buying into also the small nuclear power technologies that will come on stream here in the future. So big dollars from everyone from Microsoft, Google, Amazon, and we're going to go and develop uranium assets where 20% of the world's uranium is produced in the Athabasca Basin.
Okay, in Canada. So let's talk a little bit more about that collaboration that you have with Dennison Mines, and they're now your largest shareholder, as I understand it. So explain how that's going to work. What is the structure of that agreement?
Well, you can get an example of that by looking at yesterday's news release on FMST. We just closed $10.5 million financing, so we are fully funded for the next year and about $7.7 million worth of exploration along with that. And Dennison Mines, DNN, on the New York Stock Exchange, about a $2 billion company, put in just shy of $2 million. And so they are backing us financially. Technically, these properties are not only drill ready, but I feel they're discovery ready. So we have a technical team that's second to none in Drew's Geological. head up by Jody DeRouge, who's found discoveries in the Athabasca region before. But Dennison's technical team has a plan going forward. So we are working with their technical team to go develop these uranium assets. And so that's how the collaboration works. And we're just lucky to have such a partner with such deep pockets and such a great technical team moving forward to develop our uranium assets.
Yeah. But what kind of catalyst should prospective investors look for in the coming months to track your progress?
Well, we have lots of catalysts. We actually have drill results coming out in the near future from our Hatchet Lake property. You should look out for other drill programs heading into the winter from Foremost Clean Energy, working with Dennison in the Athabasca Basin. You also may notice today we have a annual general and special meeting coming up on December 20th. Any shareholders that own Foremost Clean Energy at that time, and we've recommended to our shareholders to vote in what's called a plan of arrangement. So you can think of it, if you will, like a dividend share. We have pretty fantastic gold silver assets in New Mexico. These are previously in production silver and gold mines, and we are spinning them off in a wholly owned company that we plan to list on the Canadian Stock Exchange. So you can receive shares of that if you're a shareholder and it's voted in, which we feel it will be on December 20th, where we have our annual general and special meeting. So lots of news coming, lots of catalysts to create shareholder value and create enterprise value. And of course, when the uranium connected to nuclear power news comes, whether it's from high-tech firms or whatnot, you can expect uranium to keep moving forward. And so there's lots of news in our space, which is, the nuclear power trade.
Yeah, no, it's a really exciting year and exciting time to be in that industry because it does feel like there's a big transition taking place in energy right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, there's an acceptance that if you want emissions-free power and nuclear power, it's just an amazing source of power, and it's come back with acceptance because there's a need for that kind of clean energy. So expect more news on that front.
Yeah. Well, great to meet you and hear about the company. And I look forward to an update as you have some of these meetings and things coming forth in the
Yeah,
next few months. Thanks, Jason.
thanks, Jane. Great talking to you.
You too.